Hello everybody, Keith here again. Sorry for the lack of videos. It's been very cold, dark and dismal in Derby, and not really very brilliant for taking videos. And I've been feeling sort of less than at 100% with this. I get this, what they call SAD, seasonal adjustment disorder. So when you get around to short days and cold and miserable, I just want to curl up and hibernate. Anyway, that's my problem. This is one of my orchids, a little Paphiopedilum. This is callosum. Callosum variant sublaivi. A species, I repotted that a year ago, and as you will see, if I just zoom that out a wee bit, it's sitting very, very high in the pot, and I don't think it's at all happy. It's not grown that well, the leaves aren't looking wonderful, so I'm going to get it out of the pot. Yeah, about one root that's any good. So this is not a happy plant at all, not at all happy. So really, it's going to be a case of taking all these roots off from there. Zoom in again. And take all of these roots off, like that. And after this, these dead leaves and things, let's trim all this lot away. The trouble is we've got bits like that, which is a new growth, but it's no good to anybody, is that? So we're going to end up with a small plant. That I hope we can persuade to pick up. I don't know why it's not really picked that up, but it's not, obviously it's not been drying out. I mean, I know people say that Paphs being very often found terrestrial or semi-terrestrial, are more accepting of the compost being damp, but clearly this is not happy. There are, there's a new leaf growing in there, so with luck, with a bit of luck, I might be able to get something out of that, but to be honest, I don't know. But that is now too big, miles too big. So what have we got that's smaller? I'll pause the video and we'll have another look. Right, that's now come down quite a lot to that's now going into a, I can't see it, an 8 centimetre pot. What you would have said years ago was a 3-inch, only at the top, but that now is going to be, that root such as it is will go all the way down, so I think I stand a better chance of letting it drain. So I'm going to put a bit of coarsish bark in the bottom to help keep it open, but otherwise I'm going to use Burnham's medium bark. Because the medium bark is quite fine, it's a good size for something like this, I think. Right, let's see how we get on with this then. Let me try and adjust the camera a wee bit to pick that up better. I want to, with one root, it's not exactly going to be difficult to get the bark in. The difficulty is going to be making sure that the bark dries. But I suppose with a translucent pot, I do have a better chance of seeing when it's damp lower down, because I think that's always the issue. It's trying to make sure that you're not overwatering, because as we all know, you're more likely to kill any orchid from overwatering it than underwatering it. I repotted a fowl for my daughter at New Year. She's only got one. She happily admits that it's neglected. She waters it when she thinks about it. She fertilises it when she thinks about it. It sits on her windowsill in her kitchen, which is probably as good a place as any. But not because of that, it's because she's got cats, and it's the one windowsill the cats don't climb on. But it gets watered with Thames Valley water. Now, Thames Valley water comes from aquifers in chalk. So it's very, very, very hard indeed. And at least this one comes on a water softener, but all water softeners do, domestic water softeners do, is not extract what's there. The calcium ions, which is what causes the problem with precipitation when you boil it, get replaced with sodium ions, which are more soluble. So the TDS is just as high in softened water. The thing you need then is reverse osmosis or the like. But no, Nick, she waters it when she thinks about it. She waters it straight under the tap. And no, it ain't the prettiest looking Phalaenopsis you'll ever see in your life, but it is doing very well with several flower spikes on, and it flowers almost continuously. So I repotted it into a slightly bigger pot. It hasn't been repotted in ages. So we then end up with something that will be all right for another couple of years of abuse. So I do wonder sometimes, we look at our plants and wonder what else we can do for them, how much more we need to do for them. And yes, we're trying to grow them to their best. But at the other end of the extremes, are we overdoing it? Do we cause damage sometimes? We know you can over-fertilise most orchids. There's the old weekly formula. And it makes me wonder, that there's a plant which fares much worse than any of mine do, and no, it's not as pretty as mine. It could be better, very possibly, but it's doing absolutely fine. It's not quite thriving on neglect, but it's pretty close to something along those lines. So anyway, that's repotted this one. Get back to what we're actually looking at. Hopefully that'll have the chance now it's deeper in the pot. A little bit deeper on that side. I'll try and make sure that doesn't get overdone, but there's that. That's Paphiopedilum callosum variant sublaevi, and we'll just have to keep fingers crossed that this is going to do any good at all. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.